In a small town, your voice matters faster. I'm living proof. I've only been in Americus for 3 years, and I knew no one. But in that short period of time, my podcast channel that only reaches 20,000 local listeners has granted me opportunities to sit on boards, to speak at events, and even been asked for the honor of trying to run for an office. That doesn't happen in Atlanta. It doesn't happen in New York, but it happens here because in a small town, your voice matters faster. When I was a child, I had the opportunity to go to Disney World, and I don't remember all the details, but I do remember the characters, the food, the rides, but most importantly, I remembered those long lines. Disney found a solution to that problem. They called it the Fast Pass. Now it's called Lightning Lane. Basically, you're able to skip to the line so that you can get to the big attractions faster. And that is what small towns are like. They're a fast pass to generational impact. In big cities, you can get lost. You're just a number in the sea of many faces. But in small towns, people want to know your name. Businesses value your dollar. Organizations long for your energy, and leaders are looking for the next voice. In small towns like Americus, your investment for the next 4 years could literally change the next 4 generations. Let me give you a real example. In our last Americus mayoral election, only 1,730 people voted out of over 9,000 people that were registered. Today, there are 5,700 students enrolled at Georgia Southwestern and South Georgia Tech combined. Think about that. We have our next elections this November where 4 out of 7 seats are up on the ballot. You know what you call that? You call that the majority vote. If even a fraction of the students stayed registered and voted, it could shape the future of Americus. Because that's what small towns can do, because our voices matter faster. Now, I will tell you, small towns are small towns for a reason. The point isn't to not be small, but the point is to thrive. We have our strengths, but sometimes the same things that make us who we are can slow us down and keep us from whom we're supposed to be. Hosting my podcast has taught me so much about what people love about small towns. And one of those things, one of the values, is the value of stability. And that is a great gift. But if stability becomes our goal instead of our foundation, we stop building. We start protecting instead of pioneering. When was the last time that you and I took a risk that shaped the future of your life? The Bible is filled with stories about people who took great risk because they had great faith. Noah risked ridicule by building an ark when there was no rain yet. Abraham left his home when he didn't even know where he was going. And Esther sacrificed and risked her life to speak up for her people. It's why I planted a church in a small town, because God is not afraid to redeem just people. He's not redeeming just people in big cities. He's redeeming people in small towns. And that's what makes small towns special. It gives you and I a chance to take a unique opportunity to meet the needs of people for the future fast. The future is given to the people in the present. We have great opportunity to take this generation into the next generation. For us, as a people, what will that be like? I can tell you what's happened to me over the last few years that I've been here, what's guided me through the last 4 years. It's 3 things. Well, 4. 1, the way to make our voices matter faster is to seek the welfare of the city that you're in. We have to stop being transactional in our relationships and start being transformative in our relationships. We have to buy homes, make them the best on the street, and care deeply for our neighbors and our neighborhood. The second thing that we need to do is set the standard. We should be excellent at everything that we do, and we should be able to allow people to hold us accountable. Number 3, we have to be willing to speak up. And what I mean by that is to say, how can I help? That we take the truths that we know and then we take initiative. We don't wait for people to call us. We make the call. And lastly, we stay and we love the cities that we live in. Every city has a story. Every town has a culture. Ours is to be a shining city on a hill. And we aim to be that burning light. In the story, in the movie Troy, Achilles, which is the greatest warrior, talks to a young boy who's afraid to face his greatest fear. That's why no one will remember your name. That's what he said. And that's for us as well. If we play it safe, we're going to miss out. But if we take a risk, if we invest, if we stay, we can shape the next generations. Because in a small town, your voice matters faster. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being a part of America's story.